Imagine the kind of athlete who doesn't just play the game, but completely reshapes the narrative of what greatness, loyalty, and authenticity look like in sports. Now meet Damian Lillard, a name that's suddenly everywhere, and for very good reason, because if you're not paying attention, you're about to miss out on one of the most inspiring and viral journeys in basketball history, one that's dominating search engines, social media feeds, and heated barbershop debates across America. Born in the gritty streets of Oakland, California, Lillard wasn't handed anything on a silver platter. This isn't your typical prep school to pro story. Instead, he battled through obscurity, playing high school ball without the national spotlight, getting overlooked by top programs, and landing at Weber State, a college that barely ever sees an NBA scout in the building, but that's where the myth began to form. At Weber, Lillard became a silent killer, sharpening his game with a chip on his shoulder the size of a backboard, and when draft day came, he was picked 6th overall in 2012 by the Portland Trail Blazers, a team in transition but hungry for a new era, and with one quiet, focused, and fearless guard, they found it. From the jump, Lillard made his presence known, snatching the Rookie of the Year title and quickly earning a reputation as the most clutch player in the league, a guy who didn't just want the last shot, he demanded it, and more often than not, he drained it, sending entire arenas into shock with buzzer beaters that became instant internet history, none bigger than his iconic shot over Paul George in the 2019 playoffs, where he waved goodbye as the crowd exploded, an image frozen in NBA lore and replayed in viral clips worldwide. But what makes Damian Lillard different isn't just the stats or the highlights, it's his unshakable sense of identity in a league where players switch teams like jerseys and chase rings wherever the wind blows. Lillard stayed loyal to Portland for over a decade, through injuries, roster changes, playoff heartbreaks, and trade rumors that swirled every season, because for him, greatness wasn't about hopping teams for easy wins. It was about building something meaningful, brick by brick, legacy over leverage, heart over hype. Off the court, Lillard's story gets even deeper. Under the stage name Dame LLA, he's released multiple rap albums that critics actually respect, earning him not just a place in the NBA Studio Rapper Club, but a legit seat at the table as an artist, using his lyrics to talk about struggles, family, pressure, and purpose, making him a multidimensional figure whose authenticity can't be questioned. And then there's his leadership, the kind that doesn't scream for attention but commands it with character, someone who speaks truth when it matters, who calls out injustice, who lifts up teammates, and who refuses to chase clout over consistency, even when the headlines beg him to. As his name trends again now, not just because of trade rumors or playoff performances, but because people are realizing they may have underestimated just how much of a cultural force Damian Lillard has become, from NBA courts to music charts to inspirational speeches and viral moments that land on TikTok and ESPN alike. There's something magnetic about him that pulls people in, not just fans, but skeptics, haters, and even casual viewers who find themselves Googling his name, binge-watching his game-winning shots, and asking, how did I miss this guy all these years? Because with every crossover, every lyrical bar, every quote about loyalty and purpose, Lillard is doing something few athletes ever achieve. He's living proof that you don't have to change who you are to become a legend, that staying true in a world full of shortcuts still matters, and that sometimes, the realest stories take a little longer to go viral, but when they do, they hit harder than any headline. This is your chance to witness it while it's still unfolding, before the next chapter writes itself in ink, not just on paper, but in the culture, because if you miss out on Damian Lillard's story now, you're missing a moment that future documentaries, highlight reels, and hip-hop tracks will be referencing for years, a rare athlete whose greatness can't be faked, bought, or fast-tracked, it's earned, one game, one verse, and one unforgettable buzzer beater at a time.